It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The family of a 17-year-old boy who was struck and killed by a bus at Raymond Terrace yesterday have posted heartfelt messages on social media. Year 10 student Brendan Neen was riding his bike to Irrawang High School when he was hit on Mount Hall Road. The distraught bus driver is receiving counselling along with staff and students at the high school. Kelly Williams witnessed the crash and has told 7 News the bus was packed with students, many from nearby primary schools.
The driver got off and he was trying to get them safely across the road, and obviously they were traumatised and crying and everything.
A 29-year-old woman is due to face Raymond Terrace local court next month, charged with dangerous and negligent driving occasioning death following a crash last month at East Seaham. She was driving a Mazda on New Line Road on Sunday, July 21, when the car ran off the road, hit a power pole and rolled. The woman and a 3-year-old girl in the front seat suffered facial lacerations and were taken to the John Hunter Hospital for treatment. However, a 6-year-old boy in the back seat died at the scene. The Anglican and Catholic bishops of Newcastle and Maitland have expressed differing views over moves to decriminalise abortion in New South Wales. Debate will resume in State Parliament today on the legislation after discussions continued for 12 hours overnight, which resulted in some amendments being put forward to place more restrictions on terminations after 22 weeks of gestation. Anglican Bishop Peter Stewart has written to MPs urging them to support the bill, saying removing abortion from the criminal code is the right thing to do. However, Catholic Bishop Bill Wright has told NBN he doesn't support the legislation.
I think the whole thing neglects the other person, the child that's involved, so it's not simply a medical matter.
The Rural Fire Service says a bushfire burning west of Cessnock could take some time to control. The fire is burning on a private property on the Broken Back Range at Becolban and has burnt through more than 28 hectares. The fire is listed at advice level and the RFS says it's not posing a threat to property. The St Vincent de Paul Society is encouraging residents to sign up for the Maitland Community Sleepout at the end of the month. This National Homelessness Week, support organisations across the region are raising awareness of the issue's prominence and calling on the state government to increase social housing. Tens of thousands of additional affordable homes need to be built in order to meet demand. Vinnie's Hunter coordinator, Jenny Barry, says the organisation is grateful for the community's support so far.
We'd like to thank people for their donations throughout the winter and throughout a winter appeal. And, come along and spend a night in the jail and raise some money for the homeless.
The Hunter is preparing for another burst of cold weather in coming days. A cold front moving up from the south will see maximum temperatures fall to 15 degrees in Newcastle on Sunday, with possible snow showers on the Barrington tops. The region has had its coldest morning since July last year, with the mercury getting down to minus 3.7 degrees at Cessnock just after 6:30.
2NURFM Sport.
The Newcastle Knights will be looking for a vastly improved effort in defence when they travel to Western Sydney Stadium for Saturday's game against the Eels. The lack of commitment in the defensive line cost them any chance of a win against Manly last week. Hooker Connor Watson says they need to return to the steely resolve they displayed earlier in the season.
For the first 16 rounds, I think we did a really good job of it. And then, just the last sort of 5 to 6 weeks of football, when it's got tough, we've just crumbled and really let ourselves down there. And I think everyone's had, a bit of a think and a long, hard look at themselves, and hopefully it changes this weekend.
The Newcastle Jets take on Melbourne Victory tonight in the round of 32 in the FFA Cup. 19-year-old Angus Thurgate is set to replace Ben Kantarowski, who's been ruled out with a groin injury. And Charlestown's NPL season goes on the line tonight when they play Lake Macquarie in a catch-up game. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 13, 32, 19, 45, 37, 24 and 15, and the supplementaries are 23 and 28. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.